Hi, so today I thought we could look at using stamps. I'm going to be using my Bloom Bible journaling stamps that I've designed. These are available on the website, and I thought I could just show you some great ways of using them. I've used these a lot. So these have got some floral elements, some foliage, some typography, and the two textures, which I absolutely love. I use this one a lot with a lot of my journaling. So I did this setup yesterday, and it was a really nice technique. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. Nice floral border. You can also use them to make like little text boxes and journaling boxes. Great for bullet journaling and things like that, and just build up a bit of foliage and then finish the box off to make notes. Or you can use them to make little flourishes of flowers. So they're great for corners or just great for building up borders and things like that. So let's have a go. I've got my daughter with me as well, so Evie's going to have a go with us. I'm using at the moment 30 Days of Building Faith, the Bible journaling scripture plan that I've put together. It's available for free on the website. You just need to enter the code Building Faith at the checkout, and then you can download it and print it off. And I just love studying the Bible with a theme in mind. I find it so much easier to work through Bible verses like that. I haven't dated these, so it doesn't matter if you miss a day or anything like that. You just tick them off as and when you go through them. Okay, so my next verse that I am on is Psalm 16:11, which says, "You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore." And I love this middle sentence here. In your presence there is fullness of joy. And actually, during lockdown at the moment, my garden is bringing me a lot of joy. So I thought it would be great to journal with some of these floral stamps. So first things first, choose, if you've got some washi tape, and we're going to mask off an area. The best thing to do with washi tape, so this is like paper tape. If you've never seen washi tape, you can get it in most places. It's just decorated paper tape, but it's also great for masking off as well as decorating. So take some washi tape and just stick it onto your trousers or your leg a few times, just to get rid of the stickiness, just to take some of the stickiness away so that it doesn't pull your page up when you go to take it off. I'm going to go about there with my border. Stick it on. I'll do a couple of rows just so that I'm definitely clear. And then I'll do the bottom part as well. So I'm going to leave the middle part blank for my writing. I probably have the wonkiest eyes ever, but hey ho, doesn't matter. And I'll pop that one there. Don't know if that looks straight. Maybe not. I think it's okay. Right, Evie, your turn. Okay, so I've masked off my area, so I'll have this will be a nice clean line here and here. And then I'm just going to picture in my head where I'm going to put some of these flowers and foliage. And I'm just going to go quite abstract and quite blobby, really. I want to do a nice big pink flower over here. Let's get that in. I should have my scrap paper underneath. Should have done that first. There we go. And then I like to work quite sort of in patterns, really. I like to balance things out and make sure I've got enough of one colour on before I start the next. Let's go for a bit of purple. I'm going to add a bit more water to that. Let's get some purple there, a bit of purple there. So if you move yours up a bit. Oh, I like that green, that's nice. Oh, decisions. Decisions. Get some yellow on. Over there. Put some purple, pink here. Sorry, we're very quiet now. Creating, very busy creating. And don't worry if your colours blend. Sometimes that's quite nice. I'll just add a bit of, see what happens if I add a bit of pink in there. Get some pink in the middle. That will blend. That's what I love about watercolours. They're just so wishy-washy. They're really, really great. Okay, I'm going to start adding some greens. Let's get a bit of a sprig up there. Put some in there. Let's get some pale green in there. Oh, that's run. Let's scoop that up a bit. I need a bit more darker green. Put some dark in there to blend that up. So you can see I don't really know what I'm doing. I just try different things, which is always good fun. Let's see if that's wet enough to add a bit of lilac in. Just blend that in. Okay, I think I'm pretty much there. I've pretty much filled the space. Oh, I know what I wanted to do actually. I love the one of the seed heads. I want to get that in somewhere actually. I'm gonna do some sort of spotty bits there. And get the seed head in. Where can I do it on this one? I do it here. Just move my scrap paper down a bit. Okay, right. I'm going to go and dry that. And then we're ready for stamping. Okay, so we're completely dry, and that's really, really important to either wait for your watercolour to dry, or use a heat tool so that it's completely bone dry. Right, let's get stamping. So I'm going to start with my bigger ones first. So you take your, if you've never used clear polymer stamps before, you just unpeel them off of the sheets, and you need to use an acrylic block, and you just stick them on so they're sticky, and you load them up with paint. Now my biggest piece of advice is just to pat them on your ink pad, so you can slowly load them up with ink. If you push too hard on your ink pad, you'll get ink everywhere, and it will become a real smudgy affair. So gently pat the ink onto your stamp, and just check that you've got enough on there. I think that's okay. The other thing I will mention, if you want to mask off an area, so I'm going to pinch a bit of my scrap paper to use it as a mask. Now on the first one I did, I wasn't careful enough because I ended up with some smudge marks on my blank space. So just go really careful. So I'm just going to put this here in case the stalk goes over. I've still got my masking tape on, so that should stop anything going into our blank space. So I'm just going to, sorry Evie, you're waiting for the ink. There's always a point on this ink pad that's got more ink. I've just got to find it. Okay, and then I wanted to add another one down here. And the great thing with a clear stamp is that you can see where it's going to go before you place it, which is really handy. Lovely. I'm going to do one more of those. There we go. I was going to go here, that's right. Another thing you want to make sure is that your page underneath is free from knobbly bits or uneven surfaces. Where I do a lot of collage in this Bible, there's all sort of lots of uneven surfaces and things like that. So you want to make sure you're definitely stamping on a flat surface. Otherwise you won't get a complete print. Okay, I need to clean this off. Let me just get a wet wipe. Now you can either clean your stamp off by stamping it onto your scrap piece of paper until the ink runs out, or you can use a wet wipe or a piece of kitchen roll or a cloth. So I like to just clean it off before I pop it back onto its little sheet. I'm going to add some sprigs next. So I've just chosen the leaf, one of the leaf designs. Load that up with some ink. There we go. I love going edge to edge, that's why I always have a scrap piece of paper in the way, so I can go right over the edge of my page. Oh look, you can see where that's missed. Look, I must have something lumpy underneath where it wasn't quite flat on the surface, but that's okay, doesn't matter. I'm going to mask off the flower that I've just done so that I can go around it with my leaf and not get it on the, not overlap it on the flower. You can overlap all your flowers and all your different stamps if you like. It's completely up to you. Let's go up here with this one. So I want to get a stamp in that corner there. So the stamps are great because you can, if you place them right at the edge of your block, oops, stick, means you can get right to the edge This one might be debatable because I've lost it. This one might not come out because stick on there. This is where you get filthy fingers, and you've got to mind all the parts of your work that you want to keep clean and smudge free. Yeah, so if you pop your stamp on the edge of your block, you can get into tight spaces. I'm going to move that out for a minute. This could be debatable. It might not work because it's in such a funny place. I'll try and roll it on. Oh yeah, it has worked. That's good. Okay, I'm going to clean that one off. Oh, I've got ink on the table. How you doing, Evie? Oh, they're looking good.
Yeah, good.
Very good. Oh, I like your texture there. That's nice. Nice bit of texture. I'm going to go for some. What am I going to do? I'm going to go for some little leaves. I seem to have done lots of little strokes of green, so I'll get some mini leaves in there. Oh, I've nearly made a smudge there. I think it's about keeping your acrylic block clean as well. If you get any ink on your block, it can go onto your page. Those leaves are looking nice. Yeah, so it's just the process of building up your floral arrangements. That's all my greens done, apart from this one there. Will that one work there? Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's pop that one on there. Lovely. It is a messy job, this stamp making. I mustn't forget to pop my little sprigs in. Yeah, it's knowing when to stop as well, isn't it? I'm just going to fill in all the rest of my areas. So that's a nice one. And then small flowers. So we'll join you back in a minute when we've done all our stamping and we're ready for the next bit. Okay, now we're completely dry. We've let the stamps dry, which is really important because they do smudge. They take longer than you think to dry, actually. So I've removed my tape. Some of it's bled underneath, but never mind, hey ho, doesn't matter. We're not perfect. So I've removed my tape and I've written in the Bible verse that I wanted to focus on and illustrate. I do a bit of a cheat when it comes to writing. I use a uni pin fine line pen. I do my letters and I really accentuate some of the loops, and I go down a lot deeper than you would normally with some of the lines. So I write it out like this. Then I go back over it and I thicken up every down stroke. So everywhere I've gone down with my pen originally, I thicken it up, and it makes it look like a brush font. So I still need to do this joy letter. Then I will highlight the Bible verse that I've been looking at, and then that's that one done. And then I've just done an example of how I did the other one, and it was like a text box. So I'm just going to find a thinner page. Move my Bible. And I'm just going to find a thinner pen, and I'm just going to then create a bit of a box. And I like to do lots of wriggly lines over the top of one another, maybe a little flourish sprig down the bottom there, and then that gives you an instant box that you can write your notes in, or maybe just journal one word or something like that. So it's quite an effective way of using the stamps. I hope you've enjoyed. See you next time.